Wildfires fanned by sustained Santa Ana winds continued to wreak havoc across Southern California on Friday as blazes in Los Angeles, San Diego and Ventura counties killed one person, destroyed more than 500, nearly 700 homes and buildings. Structures, evacuated 212,000, hundreds of thousands of people and left thousands without power. In northern San Diego County, the Lilac Fire continued to burn, holding at 4,100 acres from the night before with no containment. More than 1,000 firefighters were battling the blaze, which roared through Bonsall and into Oceanside. At least 3 people were injured and 25 horses were killed at a thoroughbred training center. At least 85 structures have been destroyed, including a number of mobile homes, authorities said Friday. President Trump approved a California disaster declaration Friday morning. He ordered federal aid to the area and put the Department of Homeland Security and the Federal Emergency Management Agency in charge of disaster relief efforts. The Lilac Fire is one of a half-dozen major fires burning across Ventura, San Diego, Los Angeles and Riverside counties, and comes as the National Weather Service extended a red flag fire warning into Sunday. Be prepared because, as we remember the Cedar Fire in 2003, a fire that starts in the backcountry can go anywhere at any time, particularly when those winds shift, San Diego County Supervisor Diane Jacobs said Friday morning. We're not out of the woods yet. We need to stay vigilant and be prepared. Of all the fires in Southern California, the Thomas Fire in Ventura County is still the largest, spanning 132,000 acres from Santa Paula to the coast. It was 10% contained as of Friday morning, authorities said. The first fire-related death was confirmed Friday by the Ventura County Medical Examiner's Office. Virginia Pasola, 70, of Santa Paula, was found dead Wednesday night along an evacuation route. Her death was caused by crash injuries, smoke inhalation and burns, the medical examiner's office said. Smoke from the Thomas Fire reduced visibility at times from a mile to less than half a mile in Ventura on Friday morning. The winds Thursday night were down into the teens and 20s as opposed to previous nights. We had winds in the 30 and 40 miles per hour range, said Ventura County Fire Captain Scott DeTore. Throughout Ventura County, more than 400 structures have been destroyed, most in the city of Ventura, authorities said. Officials still have not identified or reported a cause of death for a woman who was found in the Thomas Fire burn area, at the scene of a car accident. At a morning briefing Friday, crews battling the Thomas Fire were reminded to be sensitive of residents who were returning to destroyed homes. Treat them like you would treat your community, they were told. Firefighters also were warned of the dangers of changing wind patterns and to be extra cautious of their surroundings. Erratic wind patterns Friday could change the direction of flames, placing fire crews at higher risk of getting caught without an escape route. At the Santa Ana, winds are predicted to die down by the afternoon, and with that, the breeze from the ocean will pick up, said Ventura County Fire Department spokesman Scott Quirate. Firefighters will need to pay attention to the winds and the type of terrain they're on. The Thomas Fire is mostly burning at either end of the perimeter, DeTore said. Northeast Santa Ana winds continued pushing flames west toward the La Conquista area, while topography is offering fuel to the fire on the eastern end, he said. The fire already has encroached into the Los Padres National Forest above Ojai and could do the same on the eastern end near Fillmore, he added. In downtown Ojai, which is under a voluntary evacuation, most restaurants, boutiques and wine tasting rooms have been closed for 3 days. John Wilson, 80, was one of 118 people taking refuge in the shelter at Ojai's Nordhoff High School. Like many others, he was saddled with unanswered questions about the fate of his home, just a mile west of the shelter. I sure am ready to go home, said Wilson, who has lived in Ojai more than 3 decades. Having no idea what's going to happen next is a brand new experience for me. Santa Barbara County Fire Department officials said the Thomas Fire had yet to reach their county Friday morning, but said residents should remain prepared. The air quality in Carpinteria is considered hazardous, said Polly Baldwin, medical director at the Santa Barbara County Public Health Department. She urged residents to wear face masks when outside. At the Casitas shopping center in Carpinteria, just above the Santa Barbara County line, more than 100 people stood in a line that stretched from Albertsons to a corner donut shop, and waited to collect masks. Organizers said they have 3,000 masks they plan to hand out, for both adults and children. By midnight Thursday, San Diego County officials confirmed that they had called more than 100,000 phone numbers to issue evacuation orders or warnings through Alert San Diego, a regional notification system. At least 20,000 in San Diego County were without power as of 10 a.m. Friday morning, said Jacob, the county supervisor. As of about 12:30 a.m. Friday, approximately 578 people had checked into evacuation centers, a county spokeswoman said. At the Rancho Montserrat Country Club in Fallbrook, a swath of upscale mobile homes bordering a golf course already had been reduced to ash and twisted metal. In Los Angeles County, firefighters on Thursday night took advantage of the calmest winds they had seen in days. The 15,323-acre Creek Fire near Sylmar was 40% contained as of Friday morning, and no more structures were threatened, authorities said. At least 63 homes and other structures have been destroyed and an additional 45 damaged, though officials expect that number to increase as damage assessment crews continue to survey the area, said L.A. City Fire Captain Brandon Silverman. As of 4 p.m. Thursday, residents were allowed back into their neighborhoods, except Lime Kiln Canyon, Silverman said. The Skirball fire in the Los Angeles neighborhood of Bel Air was 30% contained and at 475 acres as of Friday morning. 6 houses have been destroyed and a dozen damaged in the fire, authorities said. Some residents have been allowed back into their homes. On Thursday night and Friday morning, they had flare-ups here and there, but they were able to quickly extinguish them and knock those down, said Los Angeles City Fire Captain Cody Vietor. As of Friday morning, the Liberty Fire in Murrieta was at 300 acres and 60% contained. 1 structure and 7 outbuildings were destroyed, authorities said. On Friday morning, Southern California Edison said that more than 11,000 of its customers were without power because of fires throughout the region. The dry, gusty winds that have fanned a half-dozen wildfires in Southern California will continue through next week, the National Weather Service said. A red flag warning, a combination of extremely low relative humidity and wind speeds that indicate a serious threat if a fire were to occur, are in effect through 8 p.m. Sunday, said meteorologist Tom Fisher. Monday and Tuesday, things should be kind of dull, fortunately, Fisher said. Wind speeds expected Friday are a far cry from the hurricane-force gusts that drove a wall of fire into Ventura on Monday evening and downslope toward hundreds of thousands of residents in Los Angeles County the following morning. According to forecasters, 25 to 35 miles per hour winds in Ventura County around the Thomas Fire will continue to push the fire south and southwest, with occasional 45 miles per hour gusts. Winds are forecast to be even calmer inland, where they will move at 15 to 25 miles per hour, with 35 miles per hour gusts in the San Gabriel Valley, Fisher said. Farther south in Orange, Riverside and San Diego counties, winds on Friday had slowed tremendously from Monday and Tuesday, when gusts clocked in at more than 80 miles per hour. Winds were down to between 30 and 50 miles per hour for cities between Riverside and Palomar. Etihad reported from Ventura, Sahagun from Ohio and Vives from Carpinteria. Times staff writer Laura Nelson and the San Diego Union Tribune contributed to this report.